morning student, welcome to the online classes for Triveni Memorial School. So today we are going to start the 12th chapter, that is plants and their care, for class 4th. So student, as you are aware, plants are very important part of our life. So in this chapter we are going to discuss the various parts of the plants. Okay, so let's begin. So first of all, the parts of plants. So as you know, the plants are also the living organism like us and animals. So like us, each plant has different parts. So as you know, our body is made up of different parts. We have different parts. Similarly, plants are also having different parts. So what are the main parts of the plant? So first one is your root, stem, branches, leaves, flowers and fruit. So these are the main parts of the plant. So let us discuss one by one, student. So here, these are the various parts of the plant. So student, the part of the any plant will have two main systems. One is their shoot system, another is their root system. So the one which is below to the surface of the earth, that part consists of the root system, and the one which is above the surface of the earth, that consists the shoot system. So as you can see here, this part is your root system, that is below the surface of the earth, and the one which is above the surface of the earth, this consists of the shoot system. So root system consists of roots, okay, and the shoot part, it includes stem, branches, fruit, flower, bud and leaves. So the flower part, they will wither and they will convert into the fruit part, and inside the fruit, as you eat an apple, you can see black small seeds. Those seeds are found inside the fruit part. So these are the two main systems, that is the root part and the shoot system. So let's begin one by one. The plant have two main systems, that is the root system and the shoot system. So first let us discuss about the root system. Here, the part of the plant that is below the surface of the earth is called the root system. Okay, so as I have told you in the diagram, the one which is below to the surface of the earth, that part will be consisting of the root system, and it basically has the root. So there are two types of root systems, students. The first one is your taproot system and another one is your fibrous root system. So let us begin with the taproot system. So here, some plants have a main root that goes vertically down in the ground and gives out the branches on all its sides. So in the taproot system, you can see there is a main root, that is, you can see here, this is a primary taproot. This is the main root which goes deep inside the ground vertically. So it is going vertically downward direction, and it has lot of branches which is coming out, okay, from these main taproot. So these branches are called as lateral or side roots. So you can see here, these roots which are coming, these branching roots which are coming from the main branch, they are called nothing. They are called as side roots or the lateral roots. Okay. The main root is quite thick, but its branches are much thinner. So as you can see here, this red portion which I have shown you is the main root, and it is thick, okay, as compared to the one which are coming out from these lateral branches. They are thin in comparison to the main root. So this type of root is called as a taproot system. Okay, this is example of taproot system. We have to understand what are the various examples for this. The pea plant, neem and the mango trees are the examples which are having the taproot system. Let's move on to the next is your fibrous root system. So here there are some plants which do not have a main root. So there are certain plant students which are not having the main root. As you can see here, there is no main root. You cannot see any main root here. Such plants have many thin fibrous fiber-like roots of similar size. So as they are not having the main root, they are having many thin fiber-like roots which is coming, and they are of equal size. They are of similar size. So these are called as the fibrous root. So these type of root system where there is no main root which is coming down, vertically going down, but there are many fiber-like roots which are spreading in all the direction, and they are quite similar in their size and in their this widthness. They are very thin. So this type of root system is called nothing. They are called as fibrous root. So example of the plants which are having the fibrous roots are your wheat, grass, maize and millet. Millet is also called as bajra. So here you have to remember the example which of each type of root system. So as I have given you one one diagram you have to identify which one is having the taproot system and which one is having the fibrous root system. So students, give it a try. So let me explain you. In the A option, as you can see, there is one main root which is going deep inside the ground, and it has lot many branches which is coming out from that. So this example is, this is which type of system, student? This is a taproot system. The next diagram, which is B option, I have provided you. There is no main branch. Okay, there are lot many fibrous roots which are coming out, and they are of similar sizes, and this type of root system is called as fibrous root system. Okay, let's move on to the function part. Okay, what is the main function of the roots? So the root of a plant perform many important functions. The first one is the root fix the plant firmly to the ground. So as you aware, students, like humans and animals, we can move, we humans and animals can move from one place to another because we have legs. Okay, but have you seen any plant moving from one place to another itself? No, because they are fixed firmly on the ground. They are fixed firmly to the ground with the help of their roots. Okay, this prevents the plant from being pulled out easily or blown away by the wind. So these roots are helping them from being pulled out easily. They cannot be pulled out if you try to pull a plant, but it is attached fixed to the ground because of the help of their roots, and it will prevent their blown away by the wind. So they are not even affected by the wind because the roots are going to fix those plants firmly in the ground. Okay, the next is, what is the next function? They absorb the water and mineral from the soil. So the main important function of the root is that they will absorb the water from the ground, from the soil, and these substances are needed for the growth of the plant. So the water is required by the plant for their growth, and that water is obtained by the, absorbed by the roots from where? From the soil part. The next is they store food prepared by the plants. There are certain plants which whose roots store the food. These roots of the plants like carrot, radish, beetroot and sweet potato store the food prepared by the plant. So as we are aware, student, the food is prepared by the leaf of the plant. So that food is going to be stored in certain plants in their root part. Examples are your radish, sweet potato, turnip and carrot. We eat those parts, we eat the root part of these plants. So these are called as the storage roots. Okay, they are going to store the food which is prepared by the plant in their root part. Okay, so we eat these roots. Next is the last function, that is roots of some plant provide additional support. So there are certain plants whose roots are going to provide the additional support. And take a look at a banyan tree. You might have seen at a banyan tree. So many rope-like growths hang down from their bigger branches. So here you can see in the diagram, this is a huge banyan tree and the roots are coming from downward direction. These are rope-like growth which is hanging downward from its bigger branches. So these hanging growths are special roots, and they act like a pillar and support the heavy branches of the tree. So these are acting as a additional support. This provides support to this banyan tree. These heavy branches are being supported as the roots are also coming like a rope which is growing in the downward direction and hanging down from these big branches. So these are the various important functions of the root. You must remember the functions. Next is your shoot system. So what is a shoot system? The one part of those part of the plant which are grown above the ground, they are consisting of the shoot system. What are the various parts there? The stem, branches, leaves, bud, flower and fruit. So these are the various parts which are considered in the shoot system. So let us discuss one by one. The first one is your stem part. So the part of the plant that grows vertically upward. So the root is the one which grows vertically in the downward direction, and the part of the plant which grows vertically in the upward direction, that is above the surface of the earth, that is called the stem part, and it consists of, it bears what? Branches, leaves, flower and fruit. That part is called your stem part. The stem of the tree is the strongest part, student. Which is the strongest part? The stem part. And have you seen the bark of the those trees? Okay, the fully grown trees, that is known as the trunk part, and the trunk part is the strongest part. Now we have to discuss the various functions. So first of all, it carries water and mineral from the root to the leaf. So the water and mineral which is absorbed by the roots will be transferred above the surface by whom? By the help of the stem part. The next important function is carries the prepared food from the leaves to the other part of the plant. So as we know, the leaf part, the green leaf part is going to prepare the food for the whole plant. So that the food from the leaf will be distributed to the rest part of the plant by whom? With the help of the stem part. The stem is going to carry the prepared food from the leaf to the rest part of the plant. Next is like the roots, there are stems also which are going to store the food. So stored food in some of the plants, the stem of these plants grow below the ground. So the plants in which the food is being stored in the stem part, those stems grows below to the surface of the ground, and these are called as underground modified stems. So as you have discussed, why it is called modified, student? Because as we have discussed, the stem part, it will grow vertically upward from the ground level, but there are certain plants in which the food is being stored in the stem part, and that will grow, that can be grown below the ground, below the surface of the ground. As you can see here, the various examples, these are underground modified stem part. So here you can see here onion, here these are the roots of onion, this is the stem part. The part which we eat is your storage leaves and scaly leaf. This is the part which we use, and above the surface you can see its green leaf. The next example of your underground modified stem is your potato. You can see here the potato is a modified underground stem and it stores the food. This is the part of the plant which we eat. Okay. The last one is your ginger. You can see here different buds are found in the ginger and there are scaly leaves present here. So all these are the examples of what? These are the examples of your underground modified stem. Next part is your leaf part. As you are aware, you have seen different types of leaf which are of different color and different shape. Generally plants are having green color leaf. So the leaf is a thin, flat and green part of a plant that is attached to the branch. So as you can see here, this is your leaf base, that is the margin of the leaf. It has multiple veins which are found here, and this is the stalk. With the help of this, it is attached to the branch of the leaf, the branch of the tree. With the help of a stack, it is attached, and this is the leaf base, the point where it is attached to the branch of the tree. So the leaves manufactures the food for the plant because it makes the food for the complete plant. So that is why the leaves are also called as the kitchen of the plant. Okay. So remember this, the food is being prepared by the plants. Which part is going to prepare the food? The leaf part. And in higher classes you are going to learn the complete process by which the plants are making their food, that is called as photosynthesis. So you will study that in your higher classes. Let's move on to the next part. Now comes the most beautiful part of any plant. So the most beautiful part of any plant is called its flower. The main function of the flower is to produce fruits and seeds. So the main function of any flower is to produce fruits and seeds. So you can see different types of beautiful color flower in different plants. The next is the diagram for representing the flower. So the first part which you have to remember here is the green part, the bud part which is protected here, that is called as the sepal part. This is the one of the part. The next part is the colorful parts which attract the various insect toward it. So these are called as, these pink color, red color leaves are nothing. These are called as the petals. Okay. This is the second part. The third part which you have to see here is your stamen. This is the male reproductive part and it consists of anther as well as filament. The next one is the inside-most part which is called as the fourth part, that is your pistil, or it is also called as carpel, and it has three different parts. That is, the first one is stigma, then a style and then a ovary. So these three parts collectively called as a pistil or a carpel. So the ovule here, the ovary is going to develop into the fruit part, and inside the ovary there is one part which is ovule, which is further going to become or develop a seed part. Okay. So this is the proper diagram which depicts the various part of a flower. Okay. So next part is your fruit part. Another important part of a plant is its fruit, and you can see here the apple fruit here. This is the fruit part, and inside the one which when you eat an apple you see small black part. These are nothing but these are the seeds which are found inside the apple. So the fruit contains the seed part. The next one is your seed part. Each seed contain a baby plant and the food for the new plant. As you can see here, this is a flower, this is a pea pod, this is the fruit of the pea plant, and it contains small green beans. These are nothing but these are the pea. Okay, these are the seed. Inside these seed there is a this contain a young baby plant, and if you sow these seeds inside the ground, so it will develop into a complete new pea plant. Okay, and it stores the food for the new plant. So next topic is your trees around us. So as you are aware, there are different types of trees which you see. There are flowering trees, then there are common trees. So let us discuss. The first one is your flowering tree. So example of the flowering trees are your cherry and your muskotji. That is, these are very pleasant to look at. So here, because they are having lot of flowers, this whole tree is covered with the flower. So these are well known as the flowering trees. The next one is, we can see some common trees which are commonly seen here. These are examples are your eucalyptus and your banyan tree. So the examples are eucalyptus and banyan tree. So these are two types of trees which we see in our surrounding. The others are the fruit tree. The fruit tree are the one which provide us different fruits like apples and pineapples. So here you can see apple tree, a pineapple tree. The next one is the tree which is found in cold hilly areas. The common trees which are found in cold hilly areas are your fir and pine tree. The next is the trees which are going to provide us the wood. The example of that are teak and the sisal. These two type of trees are going to provide us the wood, and that wood is used for making different furnitures. So next is how we can take care of the trees which are found in our surroundings. So what we can do, we must not cut down the trees. Cutting trees will lead to a serious problem. So if we humans keep on cutting the trees, it will lead to the various problems. What are the problems? Pollution, drought and flooding. Drought is when there is extreme scarcity of water. Flooding is there when excess amount of rainfall is there. The water being collected and leads to flood. So all these problems are because of cutting down the trees. Moreover, the trees are a source of food, medicine, wood and oxygen. So trees are going to provide us various things like food, medicine, wood and oxygen. So it is impossible for us to survive without the trees. Our life somehow depends on the trees. So therefore we should take better care of the plants in our surroundings. So do not cut the tree. As you can see here, this picture depicts we should not cut trees. And what we can do in order to prevent that, so do not allow anyone to cut down a tree. Okay, next thing what you can do, plant more and more trees. So in order to avoid that, what we can do, first of all we should stop cutting them, and next is planting more and more trees. Water the sapling regularly, that is a young plant which is being developed from the seed, that is sapling. Add manure to the soil, nurture the sapling till they grow into the tree. So this is how we should take care of the plant. Next is, there is one program which is being celebrated in our country, that is One Mahotsav. So One Mahotsav is a program for planting more and more trees. So during this program, more and more trees are being planted in large number on this day. So many schools are celebrating this One Mahotsav as festival. So here what they are doing, the students plant sapling. As you can see here, the students, they are planting the saplings here. Then there are different activities which are being organized on that day, like debates, discussion, drawing, painting competition, etc. So, and what will be the theme of all those activities? The theme will be related to forest conservation and its preservation. Next is, lectures on the importance of trees are also being given on these days. So the teachers are also going to give lectures to the students and help the student understand what is the importance of the trees in our surrounding. Okay. Lastly, so the government is also aware of the importance of the tree. So as the government is also aware about this, it plants trees like neems, jamun and eucalyptus on the roadside. So as you travel on the road, you might see different type of trees being planted on either side of the road. So government is basically planting which tree? Neem, jamun and your eucalyptus trees on the roadside. The municipal authority is the one who is watering those trees, and the various forest departments of the government of India, it plants and protect the forest. So who's responsible for that? The forest without prior permission. So if there is no prior permission, so you cannot cut any type of tree from those forests. So some tribal peoples lives in the forest. There are certain people, students, who still live in the forest. Those people are called as tribal people. What they are doing, they are cutting down the trees to earn their living. They are using those forests by cutting them, but they also plant more trees and look after them till they grows up. So they are doing it in a balanced way. If they are using those trees for their living, they are planting and caring about more and more trees there. So there is a balance in the nature. It is not disturbed. These tribal people eat the fruits from the plants like amla, hindu, the figs, and the varieties of palms and berries. So these tribal people, they are eating these types of fruit from the forest. Then we should take care of the plants. So it is our responsibility that we must take care of the plants. The green world is the best gift that we can give to our future generation, that is our coming generation. What is the best gift we can provide them? These are the green environment, the green planting trees. Okay. So one extra historic important fact here is that is the Chipko movement. So here, cutting of trees in the Garhwal Himalayan region caused major landslide and the flood. So in the earlier time, there was because of this cutting of the trees in this area, Garhwal Himalayan region, it causes a major landslide and the flood was there. So in 1974, a group of women from the Chamoli districts in Uttarakhand boldly surrounded the trees to prevent the logger or the wood cutter from cutting them down. So these women which were living in their surrounding in that village in the Chamoli district, what they did in order to prevent the cutting of the trees by the wood cutter, what they did, they collectively surrounded the complete tree so that the wood cutter cannot cut the trees. Okay. So this is very important movement which occurred in 1974. So the contractor withdrew and the forest was saved because of the act, because of the bravery of these women. The contractor withdrew that project and the forest was saved. So the Chipko movement spread and many more villages stood up for the protection of their forest. So because of this Chipko movement in the Garhwal Himalayan region, more village people were motivated and they also stood up in order to protect their forest. So this movement was led by Chandi Prasad Bhatt. So he is the person who led this movement, and there was another person, his name is the Sundar Lal Bahuguna, these two were the famous environmentalists of India who lead the Chipko movement. Okay, so this is important, you must remember this fact. So let's move on to the exercise part here. So first multiple choice question here is, a pea plant has dash roots, fibrous, side root or tap root. So the pea plant is an example of the plant which is having which type of root? Tap root. Okay. The next is, the potato we eat is an underground root, stem or leaf. So the potato that we eat is an example of underground stem which is grown below the surface of the earth. Next, fill in the blanks is, the root with many thin fibers like root of same size. Those type of root system are called as fibrous root system. Next is, the roots of the plants like dash store the food. So which part of the plant which is having the root which stores the food is your carrot. The next is, the stem of the plant transport dash and dash from the root. So the stem is going to transport minerals and water which is absorbed by the root of the plant. The next is, the dash manufacture food for the plant. As I have told you, it is also called as the kitchen of the plant, which part makes or manufacture the food, that is your leaf part. The next is, the part of the plant that contains the seeds or seed, a single seed or more seed. A single seed example in mango and more seed like in apple and watermelon. So that is called as the fruit. Okay. Let's move on to the next part, that is, you have some pictures are being depicted here. You have to write down the name of that. The first one is your the Muscogee, and the next is your pine. The third one is eucalyptus, and the fourth one is your sesame tree. The section B of the exercise, that is your first multiple choice question. Supporting roots are found in dash. So supporting roots are found in neem, peepal or banyan tree. So these are found in the banyan tree. Next is we get wood from. So which is the plant or tree which is providing us the wood? The rose, the tea, or the apple. So rose is a flowering plant. Then apple tree is going to provide us the fruit, and the tea is the one which provides us the wood, and we make different furnitures. Next is very short answer question. First of all, name two main systems that plants have. So there are two main systems, that is the root system and the shoot system. The root system which is found below to the surface of the earth, and the shoot system which is found above to the surface of the earth. Next is what type of roots does wheat plant have? So wheat plants are having the fibrous root system. Next is your short answer question. Firstly, you have to name two plants that is having the storage roots. So the roots which stores the food prepared by the leaf of the plant is your carrot, beetroot, sweet potato, and radish. They store the food in the root parts. Next is your modified stem. So modified stem examples are your onion, potato, and ginger. So you can write down two examples from each. Next is what is a shoot system and what does it contain? It consists of. So the shoot system of the plant is the part of the plant which is above the surface of the soil or the ground, and it consists of stem, branches, leaf, flowers, and fruit. So this is the shoot system. Next, moving on to the last, that is your long answer question. Here, what are the functions of the root? So we have to write down the main functions of the root, that is it fixes the plant firmly to the ground, and this prevents the plant from being pulled out or blown away. So which is the main part of the plant which is going to fix it to the ground? That is its root part. Next is it stores the food which is prepared by the plant, and we eat certain root part of the plant. Next is it absorbs water and mineral from the soil. This is the most important function. The water and the mineral are absorbed from the soil with the help of the root. The next is what are the functions of the following. The first one is your stem part. So the stem carries the water and mineral from the root to the leaf. So the stem is going to carry what? The water and minerals from the root to the leaf and other part of the plant, as well as it stores the food in some of the plants like ginger, potato, and onion. The third function is it carries the prepared food from the leaves to the other part of the plant. So the food which is prepared by the leaves is being transported to the various parts of the plant with the help of the stem. The next is your leaf part. So leaf manufactures the food for the plant. So food is being prepared or manufactured for the plant by which? By the help of leaves. They are also called as the food factory for the plant. Next part is your flower. So the main function of the flower is to produce the fruit and the seed. Okay. The last is your seed part. In the seed will contain a young baby plant and the food for the new plant. So if you sow a seed in the ground, then what will happen? The new plant will germinate from that plant, and it also contains the food part. Okay. So by this we are completing this chapter, student. So hope to see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Thank you.